Hello there. Welcome to my class. My name is Marcio de Paula, and I will be your instructor for today's lesson. Today we will be talking about QuickBooks Desktop 2020 Chapter 1. QuickBooks has become the software of choice for many owners of small to medium-sized businesses. No doubt, this is due to the ease of use and helpful features the software offers. In this chapter, you will explore the various editions of QuickBooks and determine which is right for you. You will also discover what goes on behind the scenes and why it is crucial to have a basic understanding of accounting. Finally, you will be introduced to a few QuickBooks basics that are vital to your success as a QuickBooks user. By the end of this chapter, you will be able to explain basic accounting concepts, describe the attributes of QuickBooks editions, identify features of the QuickBooks window, restore a portable company file, backup and restore a company file. So, let's get started. Throughout this book, you will learn about QuickBooks by working with the company file for Parrott's Paradise Resort, an ocean resort in Key West, Florida, owned by Jimmy Parrott. The resort provides lodging, also features equipment rentals, an event venue, and a gift shop. In this chapter, you will work with the company file as you are introduced to the QuickBooks software and some accounting basics. Getting to know QuickBooks. QuickBooks is a software program that allows companies to keep track of customers, vendors, employees, and other essential entities, process sales transactions and cash receipts, process purchase transactions and payments to vendors, run payroll, track and sell inventory, run end-of-period financial reports, track assets, what you own, and liabilities, what you owe, keep track of bank accounts, collaborate with accountants quickly and efficiently. Each year, Intuit introduces a version of QuickBooks with new and improved features. As you work through this book, notice that unique aspects are called out with a special icon. This is how you will be able to identify new or improved QuickBooks features. Editions of QuickBooks. There are two main varieties of QuickBooks Desktop and QuickBooks Online. Within each, there are several editions. Careful evaluation is required to select the edition that best suits your business. Every edition performs basic tasks as are necessary for small business bookkeeping, but will differ in terms of capabilities. For example, the Premier and Enterprise editions of QuickBooks Desktop are better suited than Pro for the manufacturing industry. On the other hand, QuickBooks Enterprise Solutions is aimed at larger companies, allows for more users, and has more advanced inventory capabilities. Desktop editions include QuickBooks Pro, multiple QuickBooks Premier editions, and QuickBooks Enterprise. An advantage of choosing one of the industry-specific QuickBooks Premier editions is that it will provide more industry-specific functionality, such as running a donor contribution report for a nonprofit business or tracking profitability by product. QuickBooks Pro works well and can be customized for companies in various industries, including nonprofit organizations. Ideally, your company should have fewer than 20 employees and less than $1 million in annual revenue to use Pro, but remember, these are not strict rules but rather guidelines. This book, including the trial software provided, is based on the Premier Accountant Edition. The similarities between Pro and Premier will make it easy for you to adapt to switching between them, just as once you learn to drive a Honda, it is easy to switch to driving a Ford. Intuit also supports a QuickBooks edition for Mac users. It is similar to the Windows-based version in function, though not in look. Unfortunately, the downloadable files associated with this book are not compatible with the Mac or international versions of QuickBooks. Types of tasks. There are many tasks you can perform with QuickBooks. They can be broken down into two main categories. Category 1. Tasks that affect the accounting behind the scenes, such as activities that affect what happens behind the scenes are entered on forms, such as invoices or bills. Company setup, a task that walks you through the basic steps to set up a new company in QuickBooks. And Category 2. Tasks that do not affect the accounting behind the scenes. Lists store information about customers, vendors, employees, services, products, payment methods, and more. Reports that provide many preset reports and graphs that are customizable. Accounting basics. QuickBooks is quite intuitive, but you could find yourself running into problems if you do not understand the accounting basics on which QuickBooks is based. Having the basic knowledge as explained in this book will help you set up your company more effectively and provide a better picture of the business's health. What is GAAP? GAAP stands for Generally Accepted Accounting Principles, GAAP. These principles are accounting rules used in the United States to prepare, demonstrate, and report financial statements for various entities. The organization that creates the rules is called the Financial Accounting Standards Board, FASB. Publicly owned companies follow these rules unless they can show that doing so would produce misleading information. However, it is wise for small business owners to adhere to GAAP as well. As GAAP attempts to achieve essential objectives, they have several assumptions, principles, and constraints. Throughout the book, you will see reminders of how GAAP applies to tasks you are completing in QuickBooks via the Flashback to GAAP feature. An accountant's worst nightmare or greatest dream? Picture yourself as an accountant who just received a QuickBooks file from a client. The client has no idea how accounting works. To him, debit and credit are just types of plastic cards he carries in his wallet. In his file, you find duplicate accounts in the chart of accounts, accounts created as the wrong type, items posted to incorrect accounts, accounts payable inaccuracies, payroll inaccuracies, and more. As an accountant, you might consider this a nightmare. After all, you would have to run numerous diagnostics to find all the mistakes, which could have been easily avoided if your client had learned how to use QuickBooks properly in the first place. Or a dream, because your billable hours would increase rapidly. This scenario is precisely why you, as the client, need to learn what happens behind the scenes in QuickBooks and how to use the day-to-day functions of the software. Knowing basic accounting and how to use QuickBooks correctly translates to less time your accountant spends cleaning up your company file. You will see an Appendix A, located at the end of your book, called Need to Know Accounting, provides an excellent overview of fundamental accounting principles, including an explanation of T-accounts, also called T-charts. Throughout each chapter, you will see elements such as behind the scenes and flashback to GAAP, to provide you with just-in-time accounting information directly related to what you are doing in QuickBooks. If you want to learn more about it, I can give you more tips. Set an appointment for more information. Accrual versus cash basis accounting. Companies can choose to implement one of two methods for keeping their books. QuickBooks makes it easy for you to produce reports using either method, and your data entry will be the same regardless of which way you choose. The two main types of accounting methods are: accrual basis, income is recorded when cash is earned, and expenses are recorded when incurred. Cash basis, income is recorded when cash is actually received, and expenses are recorded when paid. The accounting equation and behind the scenes. Suppose you have not taken basic bookkeeping or accounting class yet. In that case, the concept of debits and credits may be very confusing, and this is not an intuitive concept. Individuals with postgraduate degrees may not even understand it, so do not beat yourself up if you have trouble. Generally, when people understand how debits and credits work, it is like a light bulb turns on. The concept is understood from that point forward. In this chapter, we will look at both the concept of increases and decreases as well as debits and credits to balance the scales when working with transactions. Think of an old-fashioned scale. To balance, each side must have the same weight. Accounting works similarly. If there is an amount in one account, there eventually must be the same amount in another account. At the foundation of accounting is the accounting equation. Just as math equations must be equivalent on either side of the equal sign, so does this fundamental equation. Behind the scenes, sections appear whenever you are learning about an activity performed within QuickBooks, such as creating an invoice or entering a bill. This section explains the accounting that QuickBooks performs when you record a transaction, and includes the accounting equation and T-accounts showing the relevant debits and credits. Attention to this. The account names used in behind the scenes that QuickBooks use is different from the traditional accounting nomenclature. For instance, QuickBooks considers all funds received as income, whereas traditional accounting uses the term revenue, with income being used to describe net profit. The amount remaining after expenses and taxes are subtracted from revenue. Managing basic QuickBooks files. Before you begin working with a QuickBooks file, you need to understand some basic file management operations. This section covers the different types of QuickBooks files and how to open and restore QuickBooks portable company files. Types of QuickBooks files. There are 3 different types of files in which you can store your QuickBooks data: company files, backup files, and portable company files. The working file is the company file, QBW extension. It is not compressed and contains all your company data. A portable company file, QBM, is a compressed company file that must be decompressed or restored before it can be used. This is a convenient way to send company information by email. However, it is not a backup. It does not validate the file's integrity before compressing it. A backup file, QBB, is created when you select the backup option. It is used to store a copy of your data in case your main file becomes corrupted. A backup file is a compressed file that must be restored before it can be used. File integrity is validated during a backup. 2 other QuickBooks file types play essential support roles for your company data. A network data file, ND extension, contains essential configuration data. A transaction log, TLG extension, can help you recover any data entered after your last backup operation. Your company file can be stored anywhere on your computer. For example, the QuickBooks default storage location is the QuickBooks folder for the current version you are using. But be aware that even though the ND and TLG files do not allow you to work with your company information, do not delete them. Doing so can affect the integrity of your company data. Opening and restoring QuickBooks files. Through the File menu, you can open a QuickBooks company file or restore a backup or portable file. The last company file that was open when you exited QuickBooks is the file that will open automatically when you next start QuickBooks, although this is not always the case if you are working on a shared computer. When you save a transaction, it is saved automatically to the QuickBooks working company file, and you do not have to issue a separate save command, as you would do in a program such as Microsoft Word or Excel. The company file should be backed up periodically. You can also create a portable file for easy transport via email or USB drive. You cannot open a backup or portable company file for use. It must be restored. The QuickBooks window. The QuickBooks window features many components designed to help you complete all the tasks necessary to manage your business effectively. The workflow diagram on the home page is indicated by arrows going from one task icon to another. Follow the diagram so you do not run into trouble. Here are 2 examples of potential trouble spots. If you choose to write checks rather than pay bills for a bill that has been entered, the accounting behind the scenes will still show the bill is not paid, and expenses will be overstated. However, you might need to use write checks occasionally, such as when you handwrite a paper check to pay for something unbilled or make any payment not entered as a bill. If you choose record deposits rather than receive payments for an invoiced amount, the accounting behind the scenes will still show the invoice as unpaid and income will be overstated. However, you might use record deposits on its own occasionally, such as when you receive a tax refund. The Insights tab on the home page offers a comprehensive and easy-to-understand overview of your business. With this tool, you always know how your business is doing, as you are provided quick access to real-time data, customize your home page with your company logo and information, compare data from multiple years, view your best customers, and several quick charts. Backing up and updating your company file. Because the company file contains all your company's transactions and financial data, it is important to do timely backups. This process also verifies the integrity of the file. QuickBooks saves all activities and actions automatically. There is no need to perform a save command, and there is not even an option to do so. The backup operation backs up the entire file. Backup location. Do not back up your company file to the same location as where the company file is stored. Instead, choose an alternate backup location such as a network drive, external hard drive, USB drive, cloud storage, or the QuickBooks Online backup option. If you backup your file to a USB drive or some other removable media, make sure to store the backup drive in another physical location. For example, store the backup drive offsite in the event of a fire or water damage at the place of business. Backing up your data online. To ensure the security of your QuickBooks data in the event of human error, a natural disaster, or a computer crash, you may wish to use Intuit Data Protect. This online subscription service encrypts and backs up automatically each day to secure servers for a monthly fee. In addition, it allows you to recover your data in the event you lose your working company file. You can also use the service to back up any of your other important files. When to save a backup copy. QuickBooks allows you to choose among 3 options when backing up your company file. Save it now. Save it now and schedule future backups. Schedule only future backups. The future backup options make it easy to back up your company file regularly without remembering to issue the command every time. You can select a specific day of the week and time to have the backup run automatically. If you choose scheduled backups, make sure the backup location is available to QuickBooks at the scheduled times. For instance, make sure your USB flash drive is attached if that is your backup location. Once a backup has been created, you can restore it if necessary. It will restore to the date that the backup was created. Updating your QuickBooks company file. Earlier in this chapter, you learned about the different versions of QuickBooks available for purchase each year. In addition, Intuit releases free QuickBooks updates throughout the life of the version. These updates are available for download and may include a new service, maintenance release, new feature, or something relevant to your company. Eventually, Intuit will announce that it will no longer support an older version of QuickBooks. The easiest way to stay abreast of these updates is to have QuickBooks automatically check and download them for you, using the Help menu. That's all for today. Your next step is to review Chapter 1 and get the exercises started. Thank you for participating in today's lesson. I will see you in our next session. And remember, if you don't know, askmarcio.com.